In this video, we are going to look at Nakamura versus Carlsen, an opening surprise because when Carlsen had the black pieces, he played the Alekhine defense, rarely seen at the highest level. So let's check out this game now. Before we start, here's the table for day 5. 4 draws in the rapid section, 2 blitz games, 1 win each, and then Nakamura won the Armageddon. So we're going to check out one of the decisive games now. Carlsen has white, Nakamura has black. The game began. E4, knight f6, the Alekhine defense, inviting white to gain space. E5, knight d5. D4, d6, black plans to break up the center. C4, knight b6, only good square. And now f4, Nakamura. He wants to punish Carlsen. He's saying, you can't just play like this, so I'm going to get 4 pawns in the center. Hence, we have the 4-pawn attack. But Carlsen is going to trade now with d takes e5, and after f takes e5, bishop f5. This is a great move, and it's vital to get the bishop out of the pawn chain. Knight c3, e6, knight f3, and bishop b4. When I saw this move, I was a bit surprised. Why pin the knight to the king? Maybe you plan to take this knight. Because why not play a normal move like bishop e7? Maybe white goes bishop d3. Makes sense. Let's trade this bishop for that. Let's say black keeps the bishop, put it on g6, castle, castle, and after take, b3. Already, Stockfish is giving white as having a huge position. He's got a huge center, supported with this pawn. Knight c6, bishop e3, and when I look at this position, black can hardly move. No wonder Carlsen had to act fast, play a move like bishop b4. Bishop e2 played, c5, and a3 played. Forcing a decision, take, and we have this central structure. Now, is it a strength or a weakness? Well, we're going to see. Knight c6, castle, castle, bishop e3, and knight a5. So, Carlsen is saying this pawn really is a weakness. Now my knight on b6 looks so useful. I like black's position. Knight d2. Defending, and bishop g6, just getting out of the way of any rook takes f5 sacrifice. Even though here black could play a move like rook c8, getting ready to take in the center. Bishop g6, queen e1, knight a4, great move. So even though both knights are on the rim, both knights are so useful. Attacking c3, c4, preparing to hop into the white queen side anytime. I really like black's position. Knight f3, knight b2, attacking c4, bishop g5 chosen, and queen d7. There was a move like knight d2, but it's just going in the wrong direction. We can go rook c8, build up the pressure, and after queen c1, take, and now we really do use the pin on the c file. Knight takes c4, take, and b5, great move. And then black is just winning here. Bishop g5 played, queen d7, queen h4, so white is going for a kingside attack. Let's take on d4, and then take on c4, so Carlsen has won a pawn. Queen g4, going for a kingside attack with h4, h5, bishop f6 ideas as well. Because the queen is on the g file, it's possible to sacrifice your bishop. Queen d5, rook e1, rook c8, h4. So h5 is a threat, so Carlsen plays h5 himself. Queen g3 and knight takes a3. Black has destroyed white's queenside. Bishop f6. Does this move work? Well, in a blitz game, it's just so risky to take it. Carlsen played knight c2, a normal move, just not touching this bishop. Why give white any chance? But you can actually grab it. Take. Now, white has a threat of, let's say, queen f4 and then queen h6. Checkmate, maybe even knight g5. So Let's just stop one of these threats now with a really cool move, rook c3, because this threatens queen takes d4 check next. So white wants to get his queen into the attack, so let's play it, queen f4, but this doesn't work. And you know what, I don't blame Carlsen for not playing this because it just doesn't work. So queen f4, queen h6 looks like mate, but queen e4, and then black is completely winning. Queen h6, and only one move, queen e3 check, forcing the queens off. And then here black is totally winning. Back to the game after bishop f6, knight c2, attacking the rook on e1. Nakamura doesn't move it, he plays bishop d3. You can't take the bishop because queen g7 is mate. Are you enjoying the video so far? Then why not like it and subscribe to the channel at the same time? Make sure you hit that bell, then YouTube will let you know when I release a new video. Now back to the game. Bishop d3, knight takes e1, rook takes e1, queen back to d7, d5, rook c3, one inaccuracy from black, and Nakamura played rook e3, just throwing it back to black. Now why was this a poor move, you could say? Because now white has one chance. And this was his only chance in the game. White can play bishop takes g6. Now let's have a look at f takes g6, which is the best option, but we will look at this one. Because taking this bishop is the bad choice. Now how does white finish it off? Really nice move here, discover check. The question really is, where do you put the bishop? And I love this move, bishop f5 check. Now you may be thinking, well, so what? I'm going to move the bishop out the way and it will be discover check. But it's brilliant to put it on this square, and you'll see why shortly. The king has to move, king h8, and now queen f4, threatening queen h6 check. If you take the bishop, it's over. Queen h6 check, king g8, and now we take on f6. And then it will be mate on g7. If we go back here, there's bishop d3 check, just a discovery, but after king h8, queen f4, black has f5. And even though this is winning for white, it's not as clean. That's why I love bishop f5 discover check. You can check and then go knight g5, but then black has f6. The game continues. After bishop takes g6, best is to take this one, queen g6, queen f7, trying to swap queens, now queen g5. Why is this so good for white? Isn't he down in exchange? Yes. But now his knight can get into the action. He takes d5, knight d4. And there are a few knight hops that look really dangerous. Knight d4. If rook c8, a total blunder, knight f5. How dangerous is this? And how unfair is chess? Knight h6 check. If you get out the way of king h7, e6 is a brilliant move. You can't play queen here because queen g7 is mate. And why is e6 is a brilliant move? Because if queen f6, queen h5 check, king g8 and e7. I can't believe this. This pawn, you just can't stop it. The rook can't go to e8 because we got a queen and there's support from this rook. So rook e3 played by Nakamura because he's a human. Rook takes d3, take, and we're not going to take this because white has had mate on g7 this whole game. The point was Carlsen wanted to get rid of this dangerous bishop, and now let's just keep grabbing pawns. Remember, both sides have two knights, a bishop each and a rook each, but the problem is black has so many pawns. So it's okay for Carlsen to give back a rook for a bishop because he's up so many pawns. Black is up so many pawns, but white has to save his bishop. So after e takes d5, he played e6, bringing the bishop back. So queen takes pawn, bishop d4. But black is just completely winning. Knight c6, rook d2. Queen g4 offering a trade. No, queen f2. Bishop e4, knight e5, take, take. Rook c8. 4 pawns up with the attack. What more can you ask for in any game of chess? King h2, f6, bishop d4, b6. Let's see the rest. Rook a2, rook c2. Nice tactic there, because this queen after the exchange of rooks is attacking this bishop. So great move, rook c2. Take, take. Bishop takes f6, so Nakamura might as well just get a pawn for it. Take, and then queen takes c2, queen h4, check, king g1, queen e1, check, king h2, queen e5, check, king h1, king g7, queen c6, d4, check, king h6, taking on a7, and push d3. Queen d7, gotta stop that pawn. No time to take this one, because d2 it's all over. Black will play queen e1 check next and then force promotion. So queen d7, queen e1 check, king h2 d2, and queen d8. There are always tricks in queen endings, and I think I fell for this when I was analysing this. It's a bit embarrassing, but hey. Now if you get a queen, which black did not do, Carlsen played the proper move, queen h4 check. Let me just say, after queening, it's a draw. Because I was only looking at this check and I just saw the king could come out, but no, I forgot about this check. It's just embarrassing. And here the king can only go back and back. Here the king moves and then check. There is no way to escape this perpetual. Going back doesn't matter, you just follow the king. So Carlsen saw that. Queen h4 check, king g1, queen f4. Great move. No need to force promotion yet. Remember, you are 3 pawns up. Queen f4 is great because it defends f6, it supports d2. And you've got that in the party as well. So queen h8 check, king g5 check, king h4, queen d5. White throws in a few checks and comes back to the d file. He needs to stop black queening, but black finishes off really nicely. Queen e3 check, king h2, queen e5 check. And if the queens came off, that's game over. But Nakamura threw in g3 check, and here you can just move the king, but Carlsen just took, and then queen e1 check, king g2, and queen e2 check. Great move, because with this check, promotion is forced. Also, the king has to go back to the first rank, and then promotion. And we're good. You get a queen, game over. So that's how Carlsen won the first blitz game, but then Nakamura won the second one. Then it went to Armageddon, and then Nakamura won the last game. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. If you think you've got a little bit better at chess, then like the video and subscribe to the channel at the same time. Don't forget to hit that bell, then YouTube will let you know when I release a new video.